You know what? Our producer in the booth, Destiny, she knows a thing or two about matching music with segments. Do you feel like your hair is not as thick as it used to be? We're not alone, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah. According to the Cleveland Clinic, more than 50% of women will experience noticeable hair loss at some point in their lives. 80% of men will experience hair loss with the risk of developing male pattern baldness as they age.
Our camera guy's waving his hand. Well, in today's The Doctor Is In segment, plastic surgeon and hair restoration specialist Dr. Michael Wolfeld is joining us to talk about the truths and the myths as to why we lose hair and how to get it back. So welcome to the show, Dr. Wolfeld. Great to meet you.
Great to meet you guys. Thanks for having me.
Well, listen, it happens to the best.
Apparently.
Those were interesting stats that we just rattled off. So do we just accept the fact that all of us at some point will be bald?
Well, you don't have to accept it. Okay. So, you know, there's things that can be done. So as you age, whether you're male or female, your hair tends to thin. Doesn't happen to everybody, but a lot of people it thins, and usually it is genetically determined. But there are treatments available, so it's best to come in, be evaluated, and see what's right for you.
Okay, because we hear so many things about what we should or shouldn't do to maintain how much hair we have. Like, don't shampoo your hair as much, because if you shampoo too much, your hair is going to fall out. Is that true?
So that's actually a myth. So you can wash your hair. There's actually benefits to washing your hair a little bit more frequently if it's an oily scalp as well, or if you have buildup in your scalp. But people may notice the hair actually coming out when they shower.
Yeah, right.
And your hair sheds every day. So about 100 hairs shed every day, which is normal. But people probably see it more frequently when they're washing their hair, so it gets them a little bit concerned, and they think that that's the cause, which is not. So shampooing does not cause hair loss.
Thank you for saying so, because I always see hair at the bottom. Just when we were starting the show, I went like this, and I was like, oh, there's the hair. It's
it's
leaving.
coming up.
Even those tight baseball caps that like really pull it at the roots of your hair?
Yeah, so overall hats don't cause hair loss. That's a myth. However, yes, a tight head covering of any sort is not very good for your hair. So tension is not very good. Whether it's a tight cap or tight ponytails.
I was just going to ask you.
Yeah, tight ponytails, tight braids, weaves. Anything that has a lot of tension on your hair is not good. But in general, hats are okay, but just try to reduce the tension.
So if someone has a tight ponytail and wears it for all of their childhood, can they get that hair back that they lost because they had their hair put up in a ponytail or a tight bun for so many years?
So over years, if you've been wearing a tight hairstyle, and you lose hair, which is what's referred to as traction alopecia, sometimes that doesn't come back. And sometimes, you know, a procedure like a hair transplant procedure can help to restore those areas. But if you still have thinning hair in those areas, and some of the medications can help, so it's best to try to avoid those hairstyles early on.
I'm thinking about all the high ponytails.
I'm thinking about my daughter as a ballerina.
Right? She's right, because she's got that
Where's a tight bun?
Right?
Loose ponytails are okay, or, you know, let it down and give it a break. So, you know, if you can, you know, decide a looser ponytail is a little better than a tight
You're going to be
ponytail.
backstage. Come on, take it off. Take that thing off. We'd be remiss if we didn't invite artificial intelligence into the conversation. How does this factor into getting our hair back?
Right.
AI cannot help us get our hair back.
So AI can help you get your hair back.
Really? How?
And we've been hearing about AI everywhere now, right? So it's
even in your industry.
So even in my industry. So one type of procedure, hair transplant procedure that I do is what's called FUE, follicular unit extraction. And I use a robotic system. It's called the Artis IXI robot that can help to extract the hair and help in the procedure. That robot has AI built in that helps to optimize the procedure, optimize the hair that we can harvest. So it helps a lot in terms of harvesting hair and in the overall outcome of the procedure.
That's fascinating.
It's great.
Huh,
AI and our follicles.
There we go.
What about something, though, as simple as just your diet? Can that help?
Yeah, so diet's important. So, you know, vitamins, you know, including iron, vitamin D, vitamin B, copper, zinc, they're very important in terms of hair growth. So it's important to eat a well-balanced diet. Protein, enough calories. So nutrition is important for healthy hair growth.
Okay. Which we want our hair to be healthy when it grows back.
That's right.
What about cutting your hair? I've often, when I was little, the more you cut your hair, the thicker it'll grow back.
Yeah, so that's a myth.
Okay.
So it's not going to grow thicker, it's not going to grow longer by cutting your hair more often, but it may look better, right? So if you have split ends, frayed ends, breakage of your hair, by trimming it, it may look more vibrant, more refreshed. So you may get an aesthetic benefit out of that, but it's not going to cause your hair to grow thicker or longer.
Okay. How about grow faster?
Yeah.
Not going to grow faster
Okay.
either.
I see. I thought that it could. I was wrong. What about your eyebrows? Can you restore your eyebrow hair?
I'm going to say no, because I've been trying since the 90s, and it's not working. I plucked too much.
So we see a lot of people that pluck their eyebrows, wax their eyebrows, and you can restore your eyebrows.
You can?
You can. You can. And it's actually really popular now that we do eyebrow transplant procedures. So we take the hair from the back of your head and we transplant them to your eyebrows so it looks completely natural, grows exactly how your eyebrows naturally will grow, and it looks really nice and aesthetic.
That's fascinating. Girl.
Well. Look at that. You learn something every day.
And you got plenty of hair back
I got
there,
plenty of
so-
hair back there. I want like caterpillars.
But you have to trim. You have to trim them a little more frequently because
It's okay.
it's coming from your scalp.
It's
but
okay.
they look really good and natural.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Crazy.
Thanks, doctor. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks a lot for having me.
A wealth of information. If you would like more information on hair loss and restoration, go to wolfeldhair.com. Look at that.
My
Unbelievable.
poor daughter with her hair bun.
You're going to be backstage taking that.
All right, coming up.
Happening today, City Charity in New York.